All right. We'd like to announce that the candidate for the accord, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, was invited, just like all other candidates were invited. And we got a letter yesterday that he was declining this invitation because he has a political engagement in town. So we'd like to place it on record that the candidate for the accord, Adebayo Adelabu, was invited for this occasion.
Ohun tí à ń gbìyànjú láti sọ ni pé àwọn olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà mẹ́fà lápè a kọ̀wé sí wọn nínú àwọn mẹ́fẹ̀ẹ̀fà tẹ́ ẹ bá worí pèpele yìí ẹ rí i pé àwọn márùn ti wà ń bẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nírọ̀lẹ́ àná málẹ́ òní wọ́n kọ̀wé sí wa páwọn ò ní lè wá ìyẹn olùdíje fúnpò gómìnà lábẹ́ àṣẹ accord wípé àwọn ní ìpolongo òbò nígboro. Ẹ ṣeun.
All right, we'd like to hand over the microphone to the panelists.
Good morning, sirs. We welcome all the candidates. Then, this particular question is a general one. And we are starting with the Labour Party. That order. It's general for everybody. Please. Okay. Yeah. Please introduce yourself in 2 minutes and also add your antecedents. Thank you very much.
I am very, very happy to be invited. I appreciate the organizer. My name is Taufik Ayo Akiwale. I hail from Ibadan. My mother and my father, they are Ibadan. I attended the Yola College, Ibadan. Equally attended St. Andrew's College of Education, where I read English and Political Science. I am a product of the Department of Communication and Language from the University of Ibadan, first and second language. I was elected as the vice chairman of Ebeda local government 17 years ago. I equally served with Secretary to the Government of Federation, I served with the immediate past governor as one of his aides. Currently, I just resigned as senior public servant under presidency. I am today, the glory of God, the next governor of Oyo State under the banner of Labour Party, the party of the moment, the party that is ready to rescue Nigeria from the present situation.
Mic off. Senator, sir.
Thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Steve Konawale. I In short, you read it out. I attended the prestigious Methodist Boys High School level. I say prestigious because it is the second oldest secondary school in Nigeria. Attended University of Ibadan. Attended Harvard School of Business where I did a diploma course in leadership. I became a senator in 2003 at the age of 39. In 2007, I became the Senate leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That same year, I was also the Amiru Hajj of the federal government. Lost out in the party in 2011. Back contested for governor in 2015.
Because they are going to block our
Back
guests.
in the Senate 2019. I pride myself as a very proud Ibadan man. All my parents are from Ibadan. I am also very fortunate that Niptili Baba Tili àti Olúbàdàn Adébíyí Pelúdínjó àti Adéṣelọ́yẹ Nísàlẹ̀jọ́. I am also, by the grace of God, the Aṣáájú Olúbàdàn of Ibadan land. Thank you very much.
Magaji Olúkáyọ̀dé Pópó.
My name is Popola Olukayode Joshua, POJ. I was born on the 18th of December 1963 to the family of late Joseph Adegoke Popola of Okioba, Baba Saleh, Ibadan. I attended Methodist Primary School, Iwari, and from there I went to Methodist Modern School, also at Iwari, in Afijo local government. Before I proceeded to the famous Oraya Grammar School, Oyo. I finished in 1982 and I went straight to University of Lagos. I graduated from University of Lagos in 1987. I read BSc Civil Engineering from there, and after that I served with Ministry of Works, Otubo, in Benue State, before I joined Federal Ministry of Works from 1988 till May last year, that was 2022. In the course of being a federal civil servant, I was given an appointment as an executive director in FEMA by late Alhaji Musa Yaradua as an executive director, planning and engineering service. I retired as director of Federal Highway in 2022. Thank you. I'm Magadi of the family. Thank you.
Governor Olúṣèyí Mákindé. You are taking his time.
My name is Olúṣèyí Mákindé. I'm the current governor of Oyo State. All my details are in my citation. In terms of my antecedents, I'm running on the basis of the records of achievement of this administration for the past 3+ years. In terms of this debate, I'm actually the oldest and the most experienced. Let me explain.
This is the 4th debate, 16 years. 2011, I didn't participate. 2015, I participated. 2019, I participated. 2023, I'm also participating. So, out of 4, I've participated in 3. So I'm the most experienced. 75% of the time I was here for this debate. And by God's grace, this will be the last. Because constitutionally, I won't be able to participate in the next. Let me use this opportunity to thank the people of Oyo State for giving me the opportunity to serve them this past 3+ years. It is not me, it is the team seated out there. I give them the credit for everything that we've achieved. And let me also use this opportunity to thank my leaders and elders that have stayed with me throughout this campaign. You're not doing it for me, you're doing it for our dear state. I want to say thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
Honorable Lano.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael Folorushodana. I went to our ICC primary school, Agugu, now called IMG Primary School, Agugu. I also attended LAGELU Grammar School at Agugu in Ibadan. I had my first degree in law at the University of Ife, now called Obafemi University. I also have my master's degree in law from the same university. I have been a medical officer at the Ministry of Justice of Oyo State. I have been a principal state counsel at the Department of Justice, Republic of the Gambia. I was in the Gambia in that department. I also practiced in the Gambia. In fact, I was the first counsel to appear before the Gambian Supreme Court. When it was inaugurated. I came back to Nigeria in 2003. I was the head of chambers of Olujimi and Akeredolu, the former Attorney General of the Federation and the present governor from those states respectively. It is in that capacity that we handle so many election petition cases. From there, I became the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Oyo State. Presently, I'm in my private chambers, working for the masses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I greet all the candidates. The question allocated to me is focusing on the local government and how these in the federation. I'll start from the Labour Party candidate to tell us and tell the entire people of Oyo State about his perspective on the autonomy of local government councils as well as the state legislature. Because a school of thought says this is imperative for democratic consolidation. I'd like to know, what is your position on the autonomy of local government and how, if the people of Oyo State decided to give you this mandate, you will ensure the local government functions better than it is right now. So, Mr. Taufik Tayo Akinwale of the Labour Party, it's your time and it starts now.
As a product of local government administration, I think I am going to set the record straight. By the grace of God, I am going to support 100% the autonomy of local government. Because it is the only government that is closest to the people. As a matter of fact, there is no state anywhere. The place where we have governor's office, the place where we have government house, which is situated, is a place that belongs to a particular local government. As former local government administrator, it is the place where I will concentrate my administration very well, because I know that if people need to feel the presence of government, and they have to get dividend of democracy from that angle. So I will ensure that motor parks, which is the function of the local government, will be given to them. You understand what I mean? I also will ensure that to set the environmental sanitation very well, the public toilets will be given back to the local government, because those are their functions, and the markets as well. I want to ensure that I want to appeal to the people of Oyo State that in the past we had two governors who had been in local government administration, and if you go to the record, they were the best governor we ever produced. Anyone who does not pass through local government administration, please do not shadow him the responsibility of being the governor of Oyo State. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, the candidate of the Labour Party. If I may ask in one word, the candidate, please, I'm talking to you. Labour Party, I'm talking to you. And I want you to answer just in one word, yes or no. Will you give assent to the bill on local government autonomy? Yes or no? Yes. Thank you. And my question is now going to the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Teslim Olawale.
Thank you very much. If you go through the records, you would see that I am a staunch believer in the local government autonomy. The reason is very simple, because for you to drive development, you must drive it from the local government, from the top. It also makes local government more accountable. Today, in Oyo State, the local government are non-existent, no one's accounting for anything. Now, let me read this figure to you. In 2019, 30 billion for local government. In 2022, 65 billion. In 2021, 80 billion. In 2022, 79 billion. That is in excess of 0.6 trillion naira, and no one is accounting for it. That is why we're in this mess that we have. So the question is, would I support it? Yes, I would support it. Now, you talk about the legislature too.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. In 2008, I was the Senate leader, and we were agitating for the autonomy of the state legislature. And you know what? When it was passed, we did our own bit. When it got to the state legislature themselves killed it. Why? Because the governors do not want it. So I am in support, and I can assure you that pending, because it's a constitutional matter also, and pending the passage of that bill, and we're hoping that with the new president,
Sound interruption or work on that. Please, audience, reduce the noise so we can hear the candidate and does not interrupt. Thank you very much for being a great audience. And Senator Olawale, my last question as I asked the Labour Party, if you have the green pen in your hand, will you assent to the bill for local government and for the legislature? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Thank you. And I move on to the next question. It's the question to Mogaji, who is representing the NNPP, who will allow Luka and Joshua. Your time starts now.
Thank you very much. If you check the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria that we are still using now, as the 1999 Constitution, check section 162. The local government is well spelled out there. There are 3 tiers of government: the federal, the state, and then the local government. Without local government autonomy, dividend of democracy will not reach the grassroots. And this is where we have a lot of our people. So NMPP in its manifesto has already put it there that there will be local government autonomy as from May 29, 2023, by the grace of God, when I become the governor of Oyo State. So it's not negotiable at all. It's a way of wasting the staff, knowledge, and it's a way of wasting resources. And that's why we see so many jobless people on the street, because local government in Oyo State, they are not doing anything as we are talking. In the past, local government in Oyo State has performed well. The Malete Bridge was constructed by local government of the Southwest. I don't see reason why the local government will not be working as we are talking now. So that is why we in NMPP, we feel people are not getting the dividend of democracy. So no roads to the rural areas, hospital. Thank you very much. Local government autonomy is sacrosanct under NMPP government. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So tell me, if you have the green pen in your hand right now and you are to assent to the bill, will you sign it?
I will sign it, is yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. And moving on to the next candidate for the PDP, who is also the governor of Oyo State. Excellency, Dr. Seyi Makinde, the question to you now.
Well, I have the red pen in my hand. And under the current situation, I refuse to sign for local government autonomy. The problem we have is we have a convoluted federation. Anywhere in the world, you don't have 3 people federating. You have 2. You have the state and the federal. They put in Nigeria's constitution 778 local governments. You cannot create another local government within your own state. So I will, first of all, go for the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be amended such that we have a proper federation. Within a proper federation, you can now deal with the local government issues. You are talking right now, the autonomy they're asking for is the autonomy to spend money. Where is this money coming from? The money is coming from the federation account. What happens the day that money from the federation account dries up? We're not talking about autonomy in terms of capacity to generate funds. We're not talking about local government in terms of capacity to execute projects. So this is experience. When they say, my brother Teslim Folari said, is 1 trillion naira that has come into the account of the local government in Oyo State, the answer is no. On a monthly basis, the local government in Oyo State, they get about 8 billion naira from the federation account, and the salary is about 6 billion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, the other question is no longer needed for Excellency, because you said you will not sign it.
I'm actually one of the governors that stood against the local government autonomy bill as passed, because it is not in the interest of Oyo State.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And now move on to the next candidate of Social Democratic Party, Leonard Friend Michael Olorunshofulano. Welcome.
Thank you very much. The problem with those that are not supporting local government of autonomy is because they don't read white. The federalism is not a concept that is peculiar to any nation. The federalism of Germany is different from the federalism of Nigeria. It's different from that. Look, we have a federal system in America. It is different from that of Germany. In fact, presidential system is different from country to country. So you have to look at the peculiarity of your nation. If you read the report of the Constitutional Doubting Committee of 1977, which actually established the reasons why we should have local government, then you will realize that it is an institution that is supposed to cater for the grassroots. At the moment you leave the grassroots, you are left with the Now, look at it this way. Look at it this way. My noble governor is saying they are talking about generation. No, there are 3 tiers of government in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have local government service commission, don't we? That is that it is. And we have the State Civil Service Commission. That shows that there are different categories of governance. And in terms of revenue generation, it's because the state governments, in their greed, are stealing the functions of the local government. They will not want it. The local government is supposed to generate revenue from our patrols, from road maintenance, from so many things. The state has its own. The state has the fields where they generate their funds. The local government will have the fields where they generate. But when the state decides to constructing motor parks, where the local government is supposed to be generating its funds, then you are standing the general public.
Thank you, Mr. Lama. But Mr. Lama, before we move on, I want us to be temperate with our choice of words. I want you to be temperate with your choice of words, so you don't accuse people.
No, I was general. Because it's not only in your state that are depriving the grassroots people of their rights.
Thank you. Now, if you have a pen with you to sign the autonomy of
I will, immediately.
Right. Thank you.
A fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá báyìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ̀yin ìlú ni mò ń bá gbé o. Akin Yẹ̀fà Jíbọ́lá bá wa béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn olùdíje wa lédè àbínibí torí àwọn tó ń sọ Yorùbá ló pọ̀ nílé ìbò lọ ká fi mọ̀ pé wọ́n bá àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ lóòótọ́ ọ̀ya.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí aké gbogbo olùdíje fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ní wípé ẹ̀kọ́ iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà láti igun ti SDP torí pé Labour Party láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kí àwọn náà lè múra lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó dọ́dọ̀ ká má parí apá kan dá apá kan sí. Ìbéèrè mi yóò lọ sí orí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà yìí torí pé ìṣòro ètò ààbò ó jẹ́ nǹkan gbòógì tá à ń dojúkọ lórílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà tó dẹ̀ mú kí igi kópa àwọn èèyàn àwọn tó wà lókèèrè ò lè wálé àwọn tó wálé ṣe ni wọ́n fi fóònù mọ́nítọ̀ wọn kiri kí wọ́n má bàa jí wọn gbé. Ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ máa gbé tí Ọlọ́run bá kọ pé ẹ̀yin ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ nínú ìbò tá a fẹ́ dì í lórí ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀? A bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ yín SDP Barrister Lana.
Ẹ ṣeun tí ẹ bá rántí pé ní First Republic apilẹ̀ láwọn tá à ń pè ní akọ́dà ṣe rí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yóò ní ṣe pẹ̀lú wípé kì í ṣe gbogbo ògbà ni yóò lè lọ fi ẹjọ́ sùn ni yóò lọ máa fi ẹjọ́ sùn ní àná wípé ọlọ́pàá kan ṣe ó ń gbé súnmọ́ mi lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí tí a bá ní ká mú àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó jẹ́ pé ó wà unity bí irú Gambia tèmi ti ṣiṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ọlọ́pàá tí yóò gbé èdè ní àti èyí tí kì í ṣe ẹni tí àwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí kò yóò sọ fún òun ti ẹ̀gbọ́n kankan ọlọ́pàá ìdí tí a tó fi gbọ́dọ̀ ní ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ ni wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan
ni àwọn ọlọ́pàá tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí nítorí pé wọn kì í ṣara bí wọn kì í kíyèsí ara láti lè sọ pé bóyá àwọn ò jẹ́ kí ètò ààbò kó múlẹ̀ kó fìdí múlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ pé ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ bí ọmọ arẹmọ ṣe wá sọ pé òun ó gba bíráàdì lọ́wọ́ ọmọ agúgù yóò ṣojú èmi àti ẹ̀ kò ní ṣeé ṣe gbogbo orú ìwà ìbàjẹ́ tó wà ní ti ọlọ́pàá sí kò ní sí tá a bá ní ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ tẹ́mi bá dé ìjọba irú àwọn tẹkọta ti dá sílẹ̀ yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó torí pé wọ́n dá àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sílẹ̀ torí àwọn ajínigbé nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣùgbọ́n a rí wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí inú igbó ni wọ́n wà nítorí náà èmi ò fi àwọn Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà kún ọlọ́pàá ìbílẹ̀ màá mú àwọn tí bàbá àwọn olóòdẹ tí wọ́n wà nínú igbó tí wọ́n sì mọ gbogbo inú igbó yẹn tọ̀ láti lè wà nínú àwọn tó ń ṣe ètò ààbò tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn yìí láti dá civil defence sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí private organization torí irú nǹkan ìwà ìbàjẹ́ báyìí ni àwọn ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà dẹ̀ rí pé nǹkan tó dáa ní láti sọ national.
kí tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ yìí ẹ ní Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn kù díẹ̀ káàtó kí ni àbàwọ́n tó wà ń bẹ̀.
ẹ ṣeun ṣe rí
níṣẹ́jú kan.
ṣe rí lè mú alákọ̀wé kó jókòó kí alákọ̀wé kó lè wọ inú igbó Ìgbòho inú igbó Ṣẹ̀pẹ̀tẹ̀rí kó lè mú lọ mú àwọn agbésùmọ̀nà wọn ò mọ̀nà wọn ò mọ̀ nǹkan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló sì ti wà tó jẹ́ pé inú ìlú ni wọ́n ti ń gbé wọn ò mọ̀ nípa inú igbó ọlọ́pàá tó bá mọ inú igbó là nílò ẹni tí ó lè mọ inú igbó tí ó lè tọpinpin àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe wàhálà yìí àwọn la nílò.
ẹ ṣe ẹ sọ fún wa pé alákọ̀wé pọ̀ nù wọn àlè.
àwọn náà pọ̀ jù.
ìbéèrè mi ó lọ sọ́dọ̀ excellency wa gómìnà wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lórí ìdásílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀.
wọ́n ẹ ṣeun ẹ máa gbé ìjọba yìí ló dá Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn sílẹ̀ kí ìjọba yìí tó dé kò sí tó jẹ́ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn torí pé state police la fẹ́ ìgbà tá a lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tó wà lójà again convoluted federation ta ní òun náà ni ó dá yẹn sílẹ̀ ìgbà tá a lọ síbẹ̀ a fẹ́ state police wọn ò fún wa ní state police wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n jí àwọn èèyàn wa a midway ó ní Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ìjọ tí wọ́n bá sọ pé kí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ state police Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn they are ready to be converted to state police. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn personnel Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn some of them have paid the supreme price àìmọye wọn ni wọ́n ti pa lórí pé kí àwa kí a lè live so tí ẹnìkan bá dúró síbí tó sọ pé alákọ̀wé ni wọ́n mo feel pé ẹni yẹn kò ní feelings sacrifices tí àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tí wọ́n ti ṣe fún wọn. lọ́sàn-án lóru anywhere àtẹ́pá lọ rí àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ìgbà tá a kọ́kọ́ dá wọn sílẹ̀ ìjà máa ń wà láàrin àwọn àti ọlọ́pàá the federal police but now a ti ṣiṣẹ́ tó fi jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn àti police o civil defence o àti àwọn sójà ni o wọ́n ṣe joint operations tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìlú wa kó wà safer. I will do it over and over again ní gbogbo southwest tẹ́ bá kó gbogbo Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó wà ń bẹ together Ọ̀yọ́ state ló ní Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó yẹ.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ ìbéèrè mi lọ sọ́dọ̀ NNPP candidate.
ṣe tí nígbà tí èmi bá di gómìnà kò sí nǹkan tó burú pẹ̀lú àwọn agbófinró tá a ní nísìn ọlọ́pàá mélòó ni ó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ohun tó yẹ kán ṣe sí ni pé kí wọ́n gba àwọn ọlọ́pàá sí kí wọ́n gba sọ́jà sí tí wọ́n bá ti gbà wọ́n sí wọ́n pín wọn káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ wọn lọ. Tábà ní pé a dá state police ilẹ̀ kankan náà òun náà ni ó tún padà já sí tọ́ba ti di ọjọ́ iwájú. Tẹ́ bá rántí àwọn ọlọ́pàá yìí wọ́n wá látoríṣiríṣi ìlú. Àwọn ní àpẹẹrẹ ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ Nàìjíríà táàmù sí ara symbol of unity. Pẹ̀lú wípé ààfẹ́ tí Nàìjíríà ó túká ọlọ́pàá wa kò jẹ́ kí ti state kọ̀ọ̀kan kó dé àwọn ọlọ́pàá tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n máa ṣe ìpàdé lóòrèkóòrè pẹ̀lú àwọn sọ́jà pẹ̀lú àwọn civil defence àti gbogbo àwọn tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n tó jẹ́ agbófinró mi. Torí pé ẹni tó jẹ́ olùdíje fún ipò ààrẹ ní inú ẹgbẹ́ wa nígbà tó ṣe gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kano ó ṣe ó sì ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ̀rí pé tí wọ́n bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ tí àlàáfíà tó jọba jù Kano jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára wọn. Ara iṣẹ́ tó ṣe sílẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá tó fi jẹ́ pé orí bẹ́ẹ̀ NNPP àwa ò fara mọ́ Kano State Police.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. APC candidate Senator Teslim.
Ẹ ṣe kan kí n tó dáhùn ìbéèrè rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ correct Mr. Governor lórí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn is the Southwest Initiative. Wọ́n ti fọ́ your state. Now, kí ni question tẹ́ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ state police?
Ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀.
Ọlọ́pàá èmi wà in support. I am in support. Ṣé rí problem ta ní constitution tí à ń rọrùn? Àdàbà ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ constitutional matter ni. Kọ̀ǹjẹ̀ kọ̀tà àkọ́jú kò sí peter máa sọ àdàlẹ̀ kò ṣe é dálẹ̀ bẹ́yẹn wọ́n bọ́lọ̀ ṣe wá láti Abuja ni. Because tí ẹ bá wo gbogbo ìlú Amẹ́ríkà tá n kọ́pì àwọn ní federal police wọ́n ní state police wọ́n ní county police. Ìbílẹ̀ ti mú ẹ lọ mú DPO kan láti Akwa Ibom ọlọ́pàá láti Akwa Ibom kó wá ṣe DPO ní challenge tí ò mọ agboolé wa ìdí tí a fi ní gbogbo wàhálà yẹn. So it's a constitutional matter. Èmi dẹ̀ máa support ẹ̀ tí ó bá dé àsìkò ẹ̀ pé ṣé ká ní state police or not.
Wọ́n túmọ̀ sí pé ẹ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn l'Abuja lórí ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tá a bá ti ń bèrè lédè Yorùbá ẹ máa bá wa fi gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe Yorùbá. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Labour Party over to.
Ẹ ṣé ní Labour Party ẹgbẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n dá sílẹ̀ wọ́n wọ̀n nípa ètò ìjọba dáadáa ni wọ́n. Tí wọ́n bá ti dìbò fún wa àwọn ọmọlẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tí a ṣe níjọ́ Saturday tí ẹgbẹ́ wa Labour tó bá ti wọlé a sọ fún àwọn ọmọlẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin kí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wọn láti fi ọwọ́ sí state police. Láti fọwọ́ sí state police òun ló dára jù nítorí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ máa sọ tí ò tí sí inú òfin ó jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tá a kàn yanjú pẹ̀lú òfin. Ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi ní ànìkan fọwọ́ sí. Tó bá ti wá délẹ̀ mo wá fẹ́ kó wà lábẹ́ òfin kó má sí ní ìkápá ní gómìnà láti yan olórí fún state police. Torí tí ẹ bá yọ̀ǹda state police fáwọn kan ẹ bá wọn tí wọ́n yàn lórí wọn o. Nítorí ìjẹ́lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ti wá ẹgbẹ́ olórí pípẹ́ ni ẹgbẹ́ wa ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ni ẹgbẹ́ ìyá fẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé ta ti sọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò ó jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó tóbi nínú òfin wa kódà nínú ìṣèjọba olólàmìlakajù ètò sì kejì ẹ̀ ní ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn èèyàn lù. Nítorí ìdílé
ètò àbójọ wa ó jẹ wá lógún gan.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, àsìkò yín ti tó.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run a gbà pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin olùdíje tẹ́ wà níbẹ̀ yẹn ni ó ní orí pípé ẹjẹ́ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ sáwọn. Ẹjẹ́ ká máa wo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a lò. Ẹ má bínú Labour. Prof, you have the floor now, Professor Omibodo.
Thank you very much, and I must commend all our very distinguished gubernatorial candidates of this task so far. I will be looking at the area of education, and there are different levels of education, and I think we need to tackle the three of them. So I'll start with the primary level of education. Primary education is the foundation of any society that wants to thrive. And it is so important. And if we want our society to thrive, we really need to look at this critically and draw out plans. So I would like each of our distinguished candidates to tell us your plan for primary education. First of all, 2 parts. Why is primary education so important? And secondly, if elected, how do you want to tackle primary education in Oyo State? What are your plans for primary education? And I will now go and move a step, and I will start off with Your Excellency, sir. Your Excellency, please, and then we'll go in that order from round. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question, but before I answer it, I need to make a short comment on Amatekun. Amatekun, according to my brother, is a Southwest initiative. There was Southwest in 1999 up until 2019. There's no Amatekun. Amatekun started in 2019 when I became the governor of this state. Now on primary education. Primary education, when we came in, we met a very huge deficit, both infrastructure and human capital. The teachers were not enough, and also the facilities were not also good enough. So what do we have to do? First, we decided to at least the teachers that we have motivate them. Instead of them carrying chin-chin to school to sell, we decided that look, on the 25th of every month, they must have their salaries. 2, we decided that the teachers, when we came in, they were whole backlog of leave bonuses and allowances. So we paid for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and I signed yesterday to pay them the leave bonus for 2022, which will be paid this Friday. So for us, a key way to move forward is first motivate these people. Yes, we had deficit also at the secondary level. We employed 5,000 teachers, about 700 education officers. Now we will go to primary level under Obitutu 2.0. But we have been able to break
Thank you very much. There is no insane about it. Primary education is the foundation, and it's a right, not a privilege for anybody, and that is the world standard. So when NNPP comes to power, primary education will still be free even up to secondary school. No child will bring table or chair to school during my own time. Textbook, notebook will be supplied adequately at the right time. We will not have any people to bring anything to the school. Likewise, the grant of the teachers, we will give them that grant because it's not part of their salary, but it's the running cost for the school. So that's where they will buy child, that's where they will pay the mega. If it's not paid on time, there is no way they will be able to run the school. In addition to that, anyone that is writing final exam in secondary school will make sure government pays for its external exam, like WAHEC, NECO, and NAPTEP. Nobody will be denied that opportunity. So it's part of our manifesto, and we are going to holistically uphold it when I become the governor of Oyo State. Salary is the right of everybody that is working for the state. So that's why we will not use it as our own campaign slogan. But what we need to do, we are going to renovate schools, and those of the school, when you go there, you see blown up. We will make sure we restore them back, and we build more schools so that we will be able to accommodate our children in school. This will make them to be more effective, and they will learn under a conducive accommodation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now from APC Senator Teslim Bolari, please.
Thank you very much for that question. Primary education, without a doubt, for me is the most important.
Nítorí pé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò wọ́n bẹ láàrin àgbẹ̀ní fẹ́ kí wọ́n ẹ̀bàrà ẹnikẹ́ni àní fẹ́ kí wọ́n ẹ̀bàrà ẹnikẹ́ni àgbẹ̀ní lórúkọ ọlọ́run ẹ̀jẹ̀kájú ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kó lè dá oúnjẹ tí a ń gbìyànjú láti ṣe. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kí gbogbo wọn tó kọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọlé tí ẹ ò mọ ìlànà àtẹ̀lé tá a ti fi sílẹ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá pàṣẹ àjẹrẹ sí ìlànà àwọn ènìyàn fún ìdí èyí gbogbo ẹni tó wà lórí ìdàrú á fi àsìkò yìí sọ fún yín ẹ jókòó. Á fi àsìkò yìí rọ kábínẹ̀tì ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kọ̀ọ̀kan láti sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan fún àwọn alátẹ̀lé wọn láti dájú kí wọ́n sì jókòó bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ àmìmọ́ pàtàkì ẹ bá àwọn èèyàn yìí sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ́jú àyá mẹ́wàá ẹ sọ fún wọn pé kí wọn ó gba àlàáfíà náà yìí.
Mo kí ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ o. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ o. Àwa wá síbi láti wá sọ pé a fẹ́ ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni. A àmọ̀ wípé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ méjèèjì tí wọ́n máa ń
sọ fún wọn láti
àwọn náà lọ tún wà níbí báyìí eléyìí ò bójúmu
ẹ sọ fún wọn.
gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ APC àti PDP ẹ lọ sí mẹ́tọ́ kí ló ń ṣe yín náà ẹni ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ jù wọ́n lọ ní ẹ jókòó jẹ́.
ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó ẹni tí ò bá jókòó wọ́n fi ọwọ́ líle mú jáde wọ́n á fi ọwọ́ líle mú jáde ẹ̀yin òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò ẹ ṣe iṣẹ́ yín lórí ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò bá jókòó ìka tó bá ṣẹ̀ ẹ̀dọ̀bá gbé ìlú tí ò sófin ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ò sí bẹ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ta sí àgẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀yin aṣòfin ẹ gbé àbí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ di òfin mú ẹ gbé anybody tó bá ta sí àgẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ò jókòó ẹ gbé. ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ a ó tẹ̀síwájú báyìí.
So, thank you very much.
ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọ ilé òfin wà nílẹ̀ o. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọ ilé òfin wà nílẹ̀ o. gbogbo ẹ̀yin agbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ wà nínú pẹ̀lẹ́ yìí. ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran ẹgbẹ́ wọn ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ̀yàn nínú àwọn ọmọ yín síta àwọn tó bá ń gba mọ́tò ní mọ́tò jẹ́ ẹ mú wọn. ẹ jókòó gbogbo àwọn olùdíje tó wà lókè yìí wọ́n ti dì mọ́ra wọn nígbà tí wọ́n gorí ìpèpele kí ló dé kí ni tá a bá ká what's our problem.
ẹ jọ sọ àwọn oníbèrè kan sáré.
Security, please send your men outside.
Excuse me, sir.
If you see
I have a question
anybody,
before we proceed.
if you see anybody destroying anything outside, this is University of Ibadan. Please, do the least. Ẹgbẹ́ ìyọ̀lù díje wa ẹ bá wa fi ewé ọmọ mọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín létí. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ìlú kì í wà kó wọ́n ní olórí àwọn olórí ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan wá jókòó ẹ sì jókòó ẹ sì wo táwọn ọmọ yín ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran. ọ̀tọ̀ ni a ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran gbò ọ̀tọ̀ ni a ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran dàgbà ẹ̀wọ́n wá lábùrọ̀ ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran tán ẹ kìlọ̀ fún ara yín o ẹ gbé àrò tí ọ̀dọ̀ fún inú yín ẹ má jẹ́ àjọ kan burúkú tí wọ́n ń pè àbíjọ́ nǹkan. gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ní tí àwọn olùdíje wọ́n ó ṣe ni wọ́n wọ̀ wá ní Akínyẹmí ara. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run o. Bàbá tọ́lọ̀ dáadáa tó fẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé kó mọ tí àwọn gómìnà tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà tí wọ́n ó ṣe ẹ̀sìn fẹ́ bà ìpàdé gbàgede jẹ́. Yorùbá sì máa sọ pé túlétúlé ẹ mọ́ tú gbàgede. Ẹ ṣàánú bàbá. Ilẹ̀ fẹ́ mi bá dé.
Yes, nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé àwa ẹgbẹ́ NNPP ìwé ìpele wá síbi tí wọ́n kún fún wa ogún péré lè ó yà wá lẹ́nu pé ó ti jẹ́ wípé a rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n wọ bí kí ló fà sá torí ọlọ́pàá wàhálà àríwó eléyìí wọ́n fi pa àmọ̀ wípé yọ wà ráúdì báyìí ni àwọn NNPP àbàtí wa torí we are peace àwọn òjà.
Ẹjọ́ ẹmú mọ́ kẹ́ẹ̀dá rẹ̀ papọ̀ sà. Ní àná tí mo wá sí ètò ní iléeṣẹ́ Flash lánàá, wọ́n kó ìwé fún mi pé kí n fáwọn tí ó tẹ̀lé mi. Ó jẹ́ ọgbọ̀n. Ó yà mí lẹ́nu nígbà tí mo débi. Mo ti fẹ́ sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kí ó má di pé yóò dàgbé mi. Àwọn APC mo kọ́ bá wá síbi tí wọ́n pọ̀. Ẹjẹ́ àsòtọ̀rọ̀ inú fàtàwọn PDP náà fi ń pera wọn wọ́n ṣe ń wọlé báyìí tó bá ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìwọ̀n bá ní àwọn òpìlẹ̀ ìwọ̀n bá ní àwọn àṣẹ ìwọ̀n bá ní àwọn àṣẹ ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò wọn ẹjọ́ àwa grassroots politician lè èmi ò ní time láti máa wá sí àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní bíbá irú professor irú bàbá wa kéèyàn.
Ó ti tó wọ́n fún ní ọ̀gbọ̀n.
Please, we put this down on the basis of fairness and objectivity. We gave 25 invites each to all the candidates, all for their guests. Now, this event is not exclusive. It is not strictly by invitation. People are allowed to come in. Please, my appeal, my very passionate appeal, we are all eminent present. Let us appeal to our people. The chairman of the panel has read out the rules of engagement. Please, let us respect it. My understanding is that some people just came in new, possibly not being aware of the standing rules. And I'm pleased urge the chairman to do the honor of going over it again so that they understand that nobody should be jailed, nobody should be bullied. Please, let us calm all three down so that we can do this and everybody will go peacefully. Thank you, sir.
Ká má ṣe àtúntúwé asán. Àwọn èèyàn wa ti gbọ́ tí mo sọ. Mo sì mọ̀ pé kò sí ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kan tí ó fẹ́ bọ olùdíje rẹ̀ jẹ́. Torí ọmọlúàbí ní ìran Yorùbá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé wọn. Ọmọlúàbí yóò ní bàjẹ́ o. Kò ní bàjẹ́ o. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ state kò ní tọwọ́ mi bàjẹ́ o. Please, I'm appealing to our candidates to call any of their leaders to caution party members. Please, thank you. Prof. Àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó pé ìròyìn ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ wá bá mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Èmi náà sì rán ọlọ́pàá àtà. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wá lóyún fún mi. Wọ́n ní mo ò bá mọ́tò jẹ́ ìta o. Wọ́n ní mo ò bá mọ́tò jẹ́ ìta o. Ẹ mọ́ gbé ìròyìn tí ó dàbí fún mọ́ wá o. Ìpínlẹ̀ yóò yí bàjẹ́. Unless you are from Splash or LAGELU and assigned cameramen, please don't trespass again. Ẹ mọ́ ta fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ o. Ẹ mọ́ ta fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ o. Ẹ jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ ti dá gbogbo àwọn olùdíje dúró. Wọ́n sì ní bòmí ti wọ́n lò. Prof, please. Sorry.
Thank you very much, and I'm so delighted we are and looking forward to wonderful things in our great nation, our great state. It was our Senator Testing Folarin that was about answering. Do you want us to repeat the question, or you just proceed? I should repeat. We were talking about the state of education and focusing on primary education. And I had mentioned that primary education is the foundation of education. There are a lot of the problems we are experiencing in our nation is because of problems at the primary level. And that we really need to invest. So I was asking, why is primary education so important? That's one part of the question. Number two, what is your plan for primary education in Oyo State if given the opportunity to serve as governor? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Education is what underpins everything we're trying to achieve, and primary education for me is key, because if you get that right, then you begin to progress secondary and tertiary. But let us be honest with ourselves. Let us forget all these political statements. Education today in Oyo State is not good enough. I've had Mr. Governor talk about the pay salaries. I mean, when you pay salaries for people who work. It's their right. You pay salaries, input, the output. What is the output? At the end of the day, 33 out of 36, 50 schools delisted. That's not good enough. You talked about 5,000 teachers. They've not mentioned how many teachers retired. You've employed 5,000. How many retired? So there's a shortfall. So the first thing we must do is to do a proper audit of the pupils, the youngsters who are going to school, and the teachers there. The other thing is, once you get the audit right, the key thing is to motivate the teachers. You must motivate the teachers to get the best out of them. Right now, it is not the case. You have to pay them their forget salary, their grants, they can't even buy chalks. So we have to be honest with ourselves. What sort of education do we want? How many of us would send our kids to the schools that are there today? How many? So we must forget all these political statements, and that's why we are committed to the state of emergency. We're going to invite key stakeholders, religious bodies, parents, government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just take you. Can you just give us, you mentioned that you would do things differently, but what are the specific, just in the next 30 seconds, what would you do, what would you do differently, and based on your antecedents as a person, what kinds of things have you done in the past that would show what you can do going forward?
No, what we would do differently statement is very clear. It is to involve all stakeholders. I don't think it's right for government to sit down wherever they are and claim that they know everything. That wouldn't work. It is not working. So you must carry the parents, the religious bodies. We must all sit down together to decide what is best for our children.
Thank you very much. And then we go on to the Labour Party. Alaji Akinwale, please.
Thank you very much. The first instance, the issue of primary school is in the hands and within the purview of the local government administration. So I will return everything to local government. That's number one. Then we intend to meet the standard in budgeting, the standard of UNESCO in budgeting, which is 28%. And we are going to ensure that we review the curriculum. The curriculum is where we have all the teachings in the school. It's due for review because I think we are using 63-4 system of education ever since Babangida has, proposed that we have been using it, no review since. The third one is that training of the trainers. There is a fund line in the UNESCO where we just have to assess it. We need to tap from this opportunity. And not only that, we are going to ensure that we provide infrastructures. It is important that when you are teaching, you will see what you are teaching with. And this will encourage us. Primary education is the only education that we need to put so much on. And we are going to ensure that. The other time I talk about those people that established Labour Party, they are administrators. They are people who have experience. And that's exactly what I meant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we now go finally to our SDP candidate.
Thank you very much. The very first thing we have to appreciate is that because your question is in two parts. Why is primary education so important? That is the foundation. That is where we learn how to write ABC, how to formulate letters. That is where we learn how to speak. This foundational level is so crucial to the upbringing of the child. One aspect of education that most administrators have never adapted their mind to is the psychological effect of beauty in the life of man. Your environment determines whether you grow up to be a good person or be a vagabond. So when we were growing up, even in the villages, we try as much as possible to make our environment very beautiful. Nowadays, there is nothing called beauty in our schools. In fact, in my own primary school, in my own class 4, there were feces and urine. When I went there to collect my testimonial, I was shocked. In saying some classes were with thatch roof. This cannot bring up a good children. So the very first thing, apart from paying the incentives, is to add beauty to the schools, that is by creating good infrastructures for the primary education. Secondly, there was a time in the 90s, like Professor Awoniji was going about retraining the teachers in nursery primary schools, especially private schools. This is something that we need to extend to the teachers. We need to retrain them and retrain them. Even we lawyers, there is a program that you must continue to retrain as lawyers before you can continue to say you are a lawyer. So we need to train and retrain the teachers.
Thank you very much. And still on education, we're going to start with the Labour Party. Now I want us to be very specific about how, because we're saying a lot of what, I will do this, I will do this. So I want us to be specific about where you will get money from. Because you know money is in the pool. Where you will remove money from and put to achieve the things you want to do. So now there's some issues that I'm going to mention, and then I want us to critically appraise this, each of us. Oyo State ranks 33rd in external exams, and like one of the candidates said, 50 secondary schools were blacklisted by WAEC. This is at the secondary level. How can we restore back our secondary education? Many of us many years ago went through a lot of secondary schools. What is the plan? A lot of these schools are in the realm of the government, and we know when we were in school many years ago what sort of situations we had. Many schools don't even have toilets. Many of them are dilapidated, roofs are falling. What is your plan for secondary education? That's one point. The second is, tertiary education is very expensive. In fact, the federal government has said they can no longer fund universities. And we all know of the 8-month ASU strike, where lecturers are yet to get their 8-month salaries up to now. Teachers are very poorly paid at the tertiary level. They are leaving the country in droves to greener pastures. Every day they are resigning and they are leaving the country. In Oyo State, we have several tertiary institutions. There are even new ones coming up. And we know the amount of funding. In fact, what the studies show is that you need several millions per year to fund one person in a university. So, two things. This is the second question. Tell us about the education terrain in Oyo State, and how do you plan to arrange and fund tertiary education? We'll start with you, sir, the Labour candidate.
Thank you very much. I would like to tell you that I'm also an educationist. I told you, I finished for St. Andrew College. I was 3 times financial secretary of Lukuba, Old Boys Association. That's where I finished. We were in care, and we are the one that made Loyola College to what it is today. I am going to transform our secondary school that I can transform with the association efforts, all the secondary schools in Oyo State. Just go to Loyola College to see that is the one that we are performing there. And there was a particular day when they want to hold one government program. We did not allow them because no government is doing anything in Loyola College. Today, if you go to Loyola College, you would think it's a university. I have said it the other time when I spoke, education is the most essential thing that we need to put so much budget on. And this budget should not be lip service. We have to actually release funds for it. And we are going to meet the standard of UNESCO, like I said, on budgeting. It is important that we do that. We are going to review the curriculum of secondary schools. Infrastructure is important. And how we are going to fund it is so simple. The organization within Oyo State, corporate organizations, they have to perform their corporate responsibility. We are going to divide the secondary schools into a number, and we ask this organization to partner with the government. That's one, that's funding. 2 is that there are funds, line value in UNESCO, then we need to assess it. What are those funds? Funds to, train the trainers. They are expecting our teachers to go abroad. It's not on the bill of the state. It is there in UNESCO. We need to assess it. So as
Thank you very much. I'll just ask you specifically. You did not tackle tertiary, but that's okay. You mentioned Loyola. What was your specific contribution to the reformation?
Thank you very much.
Just a minute. Number 2, will you return schools to missions?
Thank you very much. Loyola College, my specific one is that the dormitory there that we went through, I personally, with my colleagues, renovated it, is there. Recently, Governor Aketi, built an hall, a very edifice hall. We have a professional basketballer who came to Loyola College to renovate our basketball court. We have a field.
Okay, thank you, sir. Because of time.
So me, I am talking about myself. Yes. Myself, I have just told you about renovation of our dormitory.
Yes.
And you said something.
Missions, are you going to return the school?
Of course, we are in Loyola College. I think our ESCO, we came to the government house. That day, we met with the deputy governor that the need to review
of the government on missionary. We have put our paper before them, and we are soliciting for.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Folarin, please. The same question.
Once again, thank you very much. You see, it's the two strands. One, the environment of the schools, and then the teachers, how do you motivate them? Now, it all boils down to money, like you rightly said, it is money. And so, we have a recipe, a strategy for growing the economy. We need to expand the economy. So it's all about money. We can sit here all day and blow whatever grammar. If you don't have money, you can now achieve a lot in education. And education needs to be funded properly. Unfortunately, 2 minutes is not enough to tell you how I intend to grow the economy. On the tertiary side, it's very similar. There's a lot of confusion. A lot of confusion has been injected into the system with this, with use of all these consultants, and so there's a confusion of the role of the consultants and the governing council of the schools. But you would have thought that the intent of people people that set up the governing council is for them to regulate things in the schools. But with this new thing coming in, there's a lot of confusion and nobody knows what's going on.
So, Senator, sir, you have not mentioned that you said you will grow the economy. That will take quite a while. It appears there are some emergency issues that need to be done. And the issue of tertiary education, you didn't say anything about the funding.
I didn't see what?
The funding, where the money will come.
That's what I said. I just said it's all about money. When you say emergency, are you going to print money?
Okay, so you would grow the economy and then
we have to be realistic. Okay. You have to grow the economy.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. So I don't know where the issue of school fees comes, but let's move on to our next speaker, New Nigeria People's Party, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Condition of the school now is a worrisome condition. And what I will do when we talk of renovation, you have said it that the money is not enough. I agree with you that budgetary allocation is not enough. But every parent loves his or her children. So the PTA will be sustained and then I will make it very effective. They have to work hand in hand with the whole student association. And that is what is currently sustaining the secondary school highway. That is Orion Grammar School in New York. All student associations are very effective and they have done a lot of renovations to the buildings in the school. So when I become the governor, I will encourage them to take effective position in every school in Oyo State. And not only that, there are banks, there are some other organizations that are doing places on our state. I will appeal to them, redeem their corporate social responsibility in ensuring that we are able to put our school in order. Another thing that you still mentioned is about the tertiary education. You see, the current thing that is going on now is that consultants are managing those schools. From May 29, 2023, that will stop. We will not allow the consultants to manage any of our tertiary institutions. Instead, all the people that are trained that have been working, that have been, at least, they have been doing very well. So they will continue to do their job. Otherwise, some public servants will be rendered redundant. So that I will not encourage it. Another thing you see mentioned is whether the school will be returned to the missionary. No, it will not be returned to the missionary because why all the schools are taking was because of a lack of payment. They are wanting to pay the staff salary. So not to have problem to what is the Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, please,
well,
yes, sir.
Thank you once again. This is practical versus theory, because I am right there. Polari said teachers being paid should not be something that you should celebrate. But in this particular state, we've had a government that says pensioners, dead people, we made them to be alive by paying them. Also, when we're talking about teachers retiring, teachers have been retiring all this while. How many teachers, as successive administration, have they employed? We've done our own bit. When we came in, I used to talk like yourself, man, about Oyo State being 33 out of 36 states. But the reality is that first we need to improve on our own records, which we have done in this administration. The number of students that passed by both English and Maths has been on the increase in Oyo State. Before we came in, 2016, check the data, we were 33.5% of the students we presented that passed English and Maths at WAEC. But as of 2021, we've gone to 65.5% of the students that passed WAEC and that passed English in WAEC exam. But also, returning schools to the missionaries, we have a proof of concept going on right now at the government college in Ibadan. We returned that school to the old students. We gave them certain conditions to be met, and they are meeting it, and that will be the foundation to take our decision further.
And we now go on to SPP candidate, Mr. Lano. Over to you, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't agree with Mr. Governor that there's an increase in the pass rate. It is during this increase in pass rates that 50 of our schools were hacked because they were found to be cheating. So how are we sure that those that passed were not those among those that were really cheating? Now, to fund it is a reality since the time of Rashid Ladoja that no government can fund our education. Let us be realistic about that. And also, worldwide, there is no country in the world where the total 100% of education is done by their government. Now, it is because of the system of education we are running. We intend to have what we call entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship education will take care of all the problems we are talking about in tertiary education. I will give you an example. There is a young man that I was able to train, and while he was doing his HND, I ensured that he was trained as this tiler. So it was during the time, it was the money he got from tiling business that he used to fund his education. It is imperative that we should start entrepreneurship education right now in secondary school level, so that by the time they enter the university, they will not be a burden to their parents. They will have the kind of jobs that they can do, that can give them the funding to be able to fund their education. I'm invited to at least 2 universities, and I know that even private universities are finding it very difficult to meet up because of funding. They need funding, and that funding, for instance, in secondary schools, can be done, 1, by the old students, 2, by the buoyant philanthropists, 3, that is if they trust the government, 3, by the corporate responsibility, which has been talked about. During this 3, for instance, when I was in the Gambia, there was a scheme of train a child. That is, if you are rich, you are giving a child to train.
Thank you very much, sir. And over to you, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Jibola, báwo ta ó béèrè tí wọ́n lédè Yorùbá?
Ẹ ṣé bàbá.
Nǹkan àkọ́kọ́ nìyẹn. Kò yí mọ́. And she'll get ready. There will be questions on economy and agriculture.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you.
A kí àwọn candidate wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ìnàró torí pé kò easy láti nàró láti à ń consider ìgbé pé àti jẹ́ kó pẹ́ mọ́. Now, ìbéèrè mi ó lọ sórí ètò ààbò lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ìjọba àwa ara wa là ń ṣe adẹ̀lẹ́tọ̀ láti béèrè ìbéèrè ẹ̀dẹ̀ tó ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti dá wa lóhùn kẹ́ tó jẹ́ adarí wa. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ PMS inú àwọn ẹlòmíín náà pé àwọn gbádùn ètò NURTW àwọn náà wọ́n ṣe ilẹ̀kùn mọ́ wọn. Níta fẹ́ mọ̀ ó ní pé ìran wo lẹ ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ Mr. SDP.
Ẹ ṣe ẹ̀rí pé ní àárín ọdún mẹ́jọ tí olóògbé Ajímọ̀bí fi ṣe ìjọba kò sí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ kò sí mọ́gbà mọ́kànlá mọ́gbà jùlọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe ní láàánú wípé àwọn gúrùpù tẹ́lẹ̀ PMS tí òfin kankan set up òun ló ń control garage àti motor park nísìnyí. Wọn ò sì control rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òfin, wọ́n control rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú jàgídíjàgan ni. Now, ní ìgbà tí Fẹ́lẹ́ wà ní chairman tó ráwà wà ní ara àwọn tó jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan tó wà nínú NURTW kó settle, èmi ààrẹ Aríṣekọ́lá Àlàó àti olóyè Ṣàràfàdé Àlí àtàwọn olóyè Ìbàdàn tuntun náà àwa la set up peace tó wà níbẹ̀ láyé Ajímọ̀bí. Now, jàgídíjàgan sí nígbà yẹn Fẹ́lẹ́ kódà ó ti ní ká máa wọ uniform, ó dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe training fún wọn ti lọ sí institute. The present chairman NURTW ní Ogun State is a student of law ní Leeds City University ló ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So they now have many graduates among them. Now you now brought in, wọ́n wá bring in àwọn tó jẹ́ pé onípàlẹ́ ni wọ́n. Now NURTW oní number 16 nínú Trade Unions Act, òfin ló dá wọn sílẹ̀, kò sí òfin kankan tó dá PMS sílẹ̀. Ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ ti tẹ̀lé òfin tí òfin ò bá ti dáhùn sílẹ̀, irú táwọn orí náà lá máa rí. Àgbogbo tó bá tí ò bá ní bá òfin mu àwọn àbí ṣe.
Ẹ ṣe púpọ̀. Torí àsìkò wa àti nítorí ìdí kan ó yẹ kí a lọ sọ́dọ̀ Excellency gómìnà wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ok?
Ẹ ṣeun. Nítorí pé a fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn àpúlọ́dọ̀ wa ká máa sọ àsọdùn. Ntí brọ́dà mi sọ Barrister Ladu pé nígbà Gọ́vnà Ajímọ̀bí kò sí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ béyè òkú ìgbà gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wo ni wọ́n pa sí ìwòrò. Ẹ sọ pé PMS kò dá NURTW lè fẹ́ wáyé tó ṣe jẹ́ pé àwọn other states ni wọ́n ti ń copy PMS nísìnyí. Ogun State ti copy ẹ̀, Lagos State ti copy ẹ̀, Ondo State ti copy ẹ̀. Torí pé a rí i pé gbogbo anytime tí wọ́n bá ti ní change of government wọ́n máa ń fi ipá gba gáràjì ni. This is the first time, the first administration tó jẹ́ pé change of government ti wà kò sí tàgẹ̀ sílẹ̀ láti gba gáràjì. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣe rí àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe iṣẹ́ awakọ̀ under administration yìí èmi ni mo sign executive order lórí NURTW. I am the executive governor of this state, the chief security officer for your state. and I have a responsibility to ensure that I maintain law and order, which is exactly what I've done. Tí challenges bá wà, kò ṣe pé ká sá pamọ́ nípa ẹ̀mí, and this administration has been frontal, has decision pé populist. Otherwise, ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ local government administration, èmi wà lára àwọn tó oppose ẹ̀, àmúdẹ̀ sọ even though àwọn èèyàn rò pé populist kò jẹ́.
Kí ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ kan dá dúró nìyí. Ara ṣe ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò park garages, but èdè wọn pè ní PMS ọ̀sẹ̀ àjòjì sí àwa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ yìí. Àwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí NNPP, ohun tí àwa ó ṣe ní àgbẹ̀ agbára àti máa ṣe ìjọba gáràjì lé àwọn Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers lọ́wọ́. Eléyìí ó wá jẹ́ kí ẹni tó bá jẹ́ kọmíṣánná fún local government kó lè máa rí i. NNPP so eléyìí ó wá jẹ́ kí kọmíṣánná tó wà fún local government activity rí iṣẹ́. So eléyìí ti dáa ẹ̀rọ eléyìí ti dáa wọ́n yà mí ní ọ̀fẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ ọ̀fẹ́ gbọ́ tó a fẹ́ sọ ní ẹbí fẹ́ pa ọlọ́ọ̀dẹ lálágbára ọlọ́ọ̀dẹ lálágbára. So ṣẹ́rí gbogbo wa ta wà bí ọmọ ìyá ni wa, àlàáfíà ló ní gbogbo wa ń wá. Ó ṣe ní láàánú wípé bó ṣe jẹ́ pé gbogbo aráàlú wọ́n ń gbádùn ìlú, pàápàá jùlọ ìlú Ìbàdàn wa yìí ní kótó di pé lè tí sí àkàdìmọ̀ bí kú àgbádùn rẹ̀ kàn sí ìjọsìn lórí. Tẹ́lẹ̀ èèyàn lè kọjá lójú pópó ní aago tó wù ú, ṣùgbọ́n ṣe inú fo àyàfo làwọn èèyàn fi kọjá lọ́nà àti kọ̀ọ̀kan. So àwa ò fẹ́ irú eléyìí.
Hello, sir.
Ní wípé ẹ̀ ń parí ìjà béèyàn méjì kí n tá jà sí tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹnìkan, ẹnìkejì ò ní gbà ìjà yẹn ò ní kí parí. So ẹjọ́ àwa ọ̀dà ìjọba yẹn padà sí ọwọ́ Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers NNPP.
Yes, APC.
Ẹ ṣe gan sẹ́rí ó yẹ kí a bára wa sọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀. NURTW versus PMS. Èmi sáìtì pẹ̀lú bọ́tí barista lànà sọ pé NURTW òun ni lòfin lánàá. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká wọ́n tẹ assume pẹ̀fẹ́ dá PMS sílẹ̀. Ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe dá sílẹ̀. Ẹ wo leadership PMS. Taba wí àpò, taba wí àpò. The leadership and official leader PMS is an ex-convict. So, message wo ni ìjọba ń try àti sọ. The reason ìdí tó fi dá PMS sílẹ̀ is political. Láti máa terrorize àwọn aráàlú ni. That is the truth. Ìdí tó fi dá sílẹ̀ nìyẹn. Tí ló gbọ́ náà.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa dákẹ́.
Ló gbọ́ náà tí àwọn bàbá déjọba àwọn padà sí NURTW. Àwọn ò ní mọ́tò, à ní interest nínú politics mọ́tò. Interest ta ní nínú ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò ni kí ni revenue ta lè generate lọ́dọ̀ wọn. That is the only interest ta ní. À ní interest pé mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ́ ní sọ táìmù àsìkò iṣẹ́ àjímọ̀bí ọdún mẹ́jọ. Mo rò pé gbogbo àlùsùn. So, tabawari isolated case kan tí wọ́n pa ẹnìkan ṣé ìdí ní ẹ̀ta wà fún ọgbẹ́ òkè àbá ní PMS fún wa àwọn èèyàn káàkiri. Kò tá àkásọ àti sọ yẹn ṣe.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ látọwọ́ ẹ̀yìn. Ẹni tí ò bá dákẹ́ àwọn agbófinró wọn á gbé. kí tó kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín APC. Wọ́n ní ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ máa gbé auxiliary lẹ̀ ṣé lóòótọ́ ni.
mi ò ṣe ọlọ́pàá àgbàgbé tí mò ń sọ ní wípé tí ó bá fẹ́ da ìbò mo mọ̀ pé àwọn tó ń ṣòfin àwọn security agencies wọn ò ní lajú wọn lẹ̀ kẹ́nìkan máa disrupt election má gbẹ́ndẹ̀ tó bá dánwó ẹ̀wọ̀.
Labour Party. Labour Party, over to you, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dákẹ́, a ò lásìkò púpọ̀.
Ẹ ṣe gan sà. Àwa ní ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kàn ju ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yòókù lọ nítorí pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ́ Labour ni. Ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Labour ó ní àwọn NURTW lábẹ́ òfin. Gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ pátá tí wọ́n bá ti forúkọ sílẹ̀ lábẹ́ òfin ni wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ NLC. NLC àti TUC ló dá ẹgbẹ́ Labour sílẹ̀. Ní ìdí èyí, nítorí wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tí ò bá ti mọ̀ nípa local government administration tí ó bá ti di ìgbà tó dé ipò tó ju local government lọ kò ní mọ tó yẹ kó ṣe. Èmi bí sọ fún wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká dìbò fún ẹni tí ó mọ̀ nípa local government administration tí ṣe Taofik Tayo Akínwáyé. Àkọ́kọ́ NURTW àwọn kọ́ ni wọ́n ní garages o, àwọn kọ́ ni wọ́n ní garages o, ká jẹ́ kó yé wa o. Local government ló ní gbogbo garages. Màá dá agbára yẹn padà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn local government, wọ́n á máa ṣàkóso kan wọn.
Ẹ ṣe púpọ̀.
Tí union àsìkò mi ètò tí union tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan gbogbo wọn pátá tí ṣe NURTW wọ́n tẹ̀lé ìlànà òfin tí wọ́n fi dìbò wọlé níwọ̀n bàtà bá ti dìbò wọlé aṣáájú wọn lẹ́gbẹ́ Labour ó mọ̀ recognize.
Ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run àwọn oníròyìn ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ wọ́n wà ní ìkàlẹ́ bí o wọ́n ní àti fẹ́ gúnra wa pa nínú gbọ̀ngàn yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yà ara létí gbọ́ kò sí ìdàgídíjàdé o ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kẹjọ òsì wà dàbí ìgbà irú irọ́ ni wọ́n gbà o fake news. Alága fún ìgbìmọ̀ tí bá àwọn olùdíje sọ̀rọ̀ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí kí ló Adélékè àgúnra wa lọ́bẹ̀ o ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kankan ò kó àwọn sòdókò mọ̀ṣáṣí kankan wá o. Nítorí náà ẹ má sọ pé nítorí pé ẹ fẹ́ dìbò ẹ wà máa bà orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ kejì jẹ́ nǹkan burúkú ni o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sẹ́nétọ̀ àwọn èdè kan wà tẹ ẹlù lẹ́ẹ̀kan èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága mi fẹ́ fara mọ́ ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé lágbájá ṣe kìíní kan tàbí kìíní kan Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lẹ́sọ̀ o. You use the word ex-convict. Kills. Àgbà jáde mi ìgbọ́ báwọ̀ jẹ́ o. Ẹni tó sì gbé iṣẹ́ fún mi. Bàbá mi nídùú o. Ọlọ́run ní forúkọ yín jẹ́ o. Ọlọ́run sì ní forúkọ iléeṣẹ́ yín jẹ́. Ní tó bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyè ni kẹ́ ẹ sọ. No violence. Please. Listeners back home. No violence in the International Conference Center of University of Ibadan. So, economy, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I'll get back to the candidates as I've been instructed to look at questions on economy and agriculture. I'll put them together. And I want you to give us a working of how agriculture will boost the economy of your state. Farming is set to employ about 70% of the Oyo State indigenous. It's where the rural flow flows. I want you to explain your blueprint for agricultural rejuvenation for the state in such a way that it will contribute immensely to our economy. I'll start with the SDP candidate.
Thank you very much. Our main focus is on agriculture. We have refused to invest in agriculture and agro-allied industries. And that is why we're having problem with food and every other thing. Now, our own is to, one, return the rural life, a better life for rural women. Two, invest in economic crops. Three, make use of our rivers and canals to produce fish. And four, ensure that agro-allied industries are established closest to those agricultural establishments. These are the things we need, because for the first time, we intend to establish Ọjà Ọ̀yọ́ in foreign capitals. And this will be by giving our farmers everything they need to multiply their production. Take for instance, cassava. We will encourage them to multiply the acreage of production of cassava. And we are going to set up what we call marketing board, because the fear of farmers is that when they increase their productivity, there is no market for it. Government has to aid them in marketing their products. That is the essence of the marketing board, which will be extended beyond the old cocoa industry to edible food products. And we are going to produce massively. For instance, yam.
Thank you. Candidate of the SDP, as I move to the candidate of the PDP with the governor of Oyo State.
Well, let me sincerely thank the chairman of this panel for addressing this issue of ex-convict. I was to speak about it because I don't bring the ex-convict, and where's the fire? It is still with him as the governor of Oyo State. It's a criminal case, but I don't want to talk right now. On agribusiness, we're not saying that agriculture, we're not looking at agriculture as farming. In Oyo State today, agribusiness is actually one of the major pillars of our roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State. We've turned Fashola farm settlement to a farm estate. And even though it is under construction right now, it has 100% subscription and occupancy. In Oyo State, we've spoken about cassava revolution. I commissioned a few months ago, I commissioned the sultry cassava to Sorbitol factory. It is the second of it in the world and the first on the continent of Africa. When we're talking about agribusiness, infrastructure is very key. You must be able to move everywhere. And that is why we have, as the first contract to be awarded, we've linked Okeogun, which is the breadbasket of Oyo State, to Ibadan. We're linking Okeogun to Oyo. We're linking Okeogun to Governorship. We've linked Okeogun to Ibarapa.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for being lucid. I have one more question for you after this round, Your Excellency. Yes, candidate of the NNPP, your turn.
Thank you very much. NNPP will make sure agriculture becomes something that everybody will be proud of in Oyo State. And that's why we are talking of autonomy of the local government. Before you can encourage somebody to go and do farming, there must be rural feeder road in good condition. So we will make sure we open all the rural roads and encourage both the farmers and our youth. We will give them land and we will give them loan to make sure they do farming as a profession. Not only that, we will also encourage establishment of farm settlement. Before it used to be 7. We will make sure we have, at least if we cannot have it in each of the local government, we will make sure we have farm settlement in what we call the constituency. So that will make sure farming becomes a business. And Okeogun, they have River Basin Development Authority before. That is Osun and Okeogun River Basin Development. That place used to produce fish. It used to produce a lot of maize and yam, but now it's dead. We will partner with federal government to make sure we resuscitate that one so that our teeming youth will get job and then food will be in abundance in Oyo State. So we will do that. We are still going to make sure that my time is gone. Thank you very much.
The time is not up. You still have 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, we are going to form cooperative, which is already in existence. This will enable all farmers to have access to loan because you will know who you are releasing money to. Well, because you are not going to get the money to individuals, but you are going to get it to the organization. So with that, the farmers will be encouraged and a lot of people will take to farm. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before I come to you, the APC candidate, I'd like to reiterate this. The first bell is after 1 minute 30 seconds. The final bell is after the 2 minutes. So please take note. When you hear the first bell, it's just a warning to round off your thoughts. So you can then round off by 30 seconds. Thank you very much. So I come to you as the APC candidate, Senator Teslim Folarin.
Thank you. Let me first of all say I'm very disappointed in the panel. Just because your government does not make you right to make irresponsible allegation. If you're the governor of the state, put the mental below more and charge him to court. I don't think a governor should get involved in their power politics.
The file is complete. File here while all me.
No, we're not below. Below. All right. Below. All right. Below. I challenge you. Below.
Ultimately,
The panel should have done
Please, you have the floor now. You have the floor now. Coordinators, please, I have something to just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Àkíyèsí tí mo ṣe a sì ti sọ fún ẹnìkan olùdíje ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ kí wọ́n ó mọ̀ lo ọ̀rọ̀ ìbanilórúkọ jẹ́ àbí àlùfàǹsá. Kejì a ò sọ pé kí ẹ̀yin olùdíje tẹ́ wá rà ní tẹ́ wá mọ̀ yọ̀pọ̀ ebú lára ní torí kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa nígbà ọ̀kan tí ò ní ìjọba òmìnira ń kọ̀rọ̀ dà bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo sì ti gbìyànjú àti sọ fún wa pé ìdá ẹgbẹ́ ṣe fún aráàlú ní dẹ́ ẹlẹ́nu lọ bá. Kìí ṣe nǹkan tó lè da ìlú rú. Nítorí náà, mo bẹ̀ yín lórúkọ náà. Bí ẹnikẹ́ni wọ́n mọ̀ lo ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹsá tí olùdíje tàbí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn olùdíje torí kì í ṣe ibi kì í ṣe kóòtù àbí ilé ẹjọ́. Àwa tá a ti jókòó kálukú wa la lórúkọ tiwa o. Nítorí náà, àwa ò sí ní ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kankan. Ẹ̀yin agbófinró, àwọn tó bá fẹ́ jáde ẹ bá wa mú ọ̀nà àwọn bẹ̀yẹ o. Nítorí náà, aforúkọ Ọlọ́run bẹ̀yẹ o. Ẹ má pe ẹnikẹ́ni ní orúkọ mọ́. Ẹ ṣé pọ̀.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Senator Folari, you now have the floor, and I want you to address the issue of the economy and agriculture frontally.
Yeah, thank you. So what we intend to do is to use a brick to drive economic prosperity. And how do we intend to do that? One of the programs that we are looking at is called the Key Village Concept. And what is the Key Village Concept? You will find out that most of the agric being done is done by peasant farmers. So if there are like six villages of farmers growing cassava, for instance, we would look at the center and then create a key village concept. And what that means is that we would build schools there, they would have all the infrastructure. They would also have a model farm where new methods, new techniques of farming will be taught these local farmers. And the knock-on effect when you do that is that a lot of cottage industries will spring up there. They would spring up there, create jobs, and when you create jobs, you pay taxes. But I have to admit, we do have a challenge with the power, the issue of power, because for the key village concept to work efficiently, you need 24/7 uninterrupted power supply. And we're still working on that. We've engaged some energy companies to come up with the proposals for us to have a sustainable energy. And the whole idea is that once that key village concept works, nobody would be interested in going to town. It would make farming interesting. Research institutes can go to these key villages. Like I said, we'll have a model farm where they will then use the model farm to.
Thank you, Senator for your answers. And the final candidate to answer this one question is from the Labour Party. So let's go. You have the 2 minutes now. Is your microphone working now? Please. Okay. LAGELU. Gap 4. Gap 4, make it work. All right. Hold on. Is your microphone working now?
It's not working. I borrowed this one from Eden.
Are you good with that one?
Oh, I'm not good with it. Give me my own.
Okay. I want you to have a microphone that you are comfortable with. Are you okay now?
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you.
Time starts now.
No.
It starts now.
Just. No.
It will start counting.
No. Something before he starts using his hand. Thank you. Let me say something.
You should have raised the point for me, so I will know that.
All right, okay. I want to say something.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. I want to appeal to the good people of Oyo State. You can see them now. Please go to Labour Party for peace to reign in Oyo State. Thank you. I want to start by saying that the local government administration will be strengthened, just like it has been before now. We have Ministry of Local Government. We have Department of Agriculture. We need to put more energy by funding correctly this department, so that each local government, we must have guarantee for food security, especially those local government from Nigerian communities. That is okay. They do not have any other means of sustenance than agriculture. So we have to, focus more attention on them. because it is important, food security is important. And how we are going to do that is that we're not going to be concerned only on trunk B roads. We are going to concentrate on trunk C roads, because this is the function of local government. And this will enhance the agricultural produce to be able to transport to transported to the city. It is important. We like to say that we have enormous institution here to train our graduates. We are going to do employment, and we are going to involve them and send them to green, IITA and more plantation instead of wasting money to one state for no results. We are going to ensure that we engage them and move Ministry of Local Government to our farm settlements. They must ensure that we identify seeds.
Thank you, the candidate of the Labour Party. Thank you for that response. Mr. Chairman, please. The governor, I said there was a question I wanted to ask you earlier. The question is, at the 2019 debate, you promised not to scrap the LCDAs or make them functional. Sir, have you done that?
Yes, I didn't scrap the LCDAs because the Constitution of Nigeria specified the number of local governments in Oyo State, 33. And when you collect money from the federation account for the local government, it is for those 33 local government areas. And that is the kernel of us saying, look, constitutional amendment should look at local government autonomy from the prism of the state having control over their own local government. If we think that 67 or even 80 local council development areas is what we required in Oyo State, we should be able, to create that constitutionally. What we've done, because when I was campaigning, I went to Olokoto, and it was in that place that I made that particular statement that I will scrap LCDAs, and they begged me and said, look, this Orire local government, that particular Olokoto is where you have a lot of Ilori people, Fulani people, and they are the ones in control. So we did not go against the constitution by conducting elections into the LCDA. What we did was we allowed the LCDA to function, but under the constitutionally recognized local government areas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. So thank you very much. I really feel, I was just saying to myself, you've been standing for so long, our distinguished candidates are almost done. This is the last set of questions, and it's on health and welfare. Health and welfare. So thank you very much. Health, according to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. In Oyo State, what is your blueprint for ensuring that every citizen in this state has access to good health, knowing fully well that many people have insurance, many people die because they don't have money to pay? What will be your role to strengthen primary health care, which is the first state point of contact for health in the state? Very quick. I would want you to talk about the Convention of the Rights of the Child, and also how Oyo State will attain the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you very much, sir. We will start, I think we started at this side before. So I will start at the middle. I think so everyone has the opportunity to start first. Our distinguished Nigerian people. NNPP, thank you. And then we'll come like this. Thank you, sir.
For NNPP, we will ensure that everybody living in Oyo State, They enjoy their health very well. They look good and they are well taken care of.
Sorry, not to interrupt. I want us to focus on how.
Okay, this is what we do. That is what is in our manifesto. Antenatal care will be free. Any pregnant woman from May 29 will have a free health to take care of that pregnancy. Then after the delivery, the first 10 years for the children will also be free for them. Now, before we do that, we will make sure that all our health institutions are put in good working condition. We will also employ more health personnel, because when you go to most of our hospitals now, most of the doctors, they have left the country and there is no replacement. We will make sure we employ more. We make the condition conducive for them so that they will stay. Our hospital at Adeoyo has been old for a very long time, and what we do, we will turn it into a teaching hospital. Since we have Oyo State as a university, that hospital will become a teaching hospital. This will attract more ground from World Health Organization. It's going to be specialist department in the hospital. So we ensure that people that are living in Oyo State, they live very well, they enjoy their health facilities very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Because of time, there are a couple of questions that that I will have, but I think we'll just move on very quickly to our distinguished Senator APC. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. I think everyone agrees health is wealth. And I think it's important that we get right the primary health care. Once you get that right, then the system improves itself. But unfortunately, because the local government system is not working properly, that is not happening. Because for the primary health care to thrive, it must be under a local government, and it would be free. Now, when you come to secondary, there's so many hospitals that were built due to political consideration, no fault of anyone. I think we need to take stock of the secondary health care that we have, because like my friend said, there's so many workers are whole, not just things like malaria, but even serious illness.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. We in Labour Party, the issue of health is very, very important to us, and that's exactly why we have decided to establish across 6 geopolitical a very comprehensive laboratory test centers. Not everything we need to go to the hospital. So many things that happens to us, we need just to check ourselves. So we are going to establish it, and we are going to employ people into it. The following professionals will be in the centers. We are going to have it inside this center, physiotherapy. We're going to have inside this center a dietitian, because many times you need to listen to those who understand food. They will ask you to eat certain food and you will be all right. We're going to ensure that we do this, because majority of our hospitals, and that's why some people agree with me that it is not enough for you to establish health centers, but what are those infrastructures, the equipment inside it? We are going to upgrade those equipment by the grace of God. And we are ensuring that we employ more doctors, and we are taking it upon ourselves. Anybody above 65 will be taking medical care free of charge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished SDP candidates.
Thank you very much. The unfortunate problem of Oyo State health sector is lack of data and lack of research. We have conducted, since 2014, been conducting research on our health problems on private initiative. And the very first thing is the market women. The way they die is because nobody is taking care of them. They cannot afford to leave their trade to go to hospital and stand for hours. We have to ensure that, one, the capacity of the hospitals are increased so that the issue of somebody waiting 3-4 hours before being attended to has to be, we have to get rid of that. Then again is the issue of what do you call it? The mortality rate. We have to take care of our pregnant women so that we will reduce drastically the mortality rate among our women. Like Adeoyo can be used as a center, as a research center, to be able to determine the causes of this and be able to tackle it at earlier stage. Again is that it is compulsory for the government. Now, two sets of people should be taken care of, either freely or on rebates. The retired people, I'm not talking about only retired civil servants, but every person after the age of 65 years, they ought to get their medical treatment free of charge or on rebates. That's what they do in the Gambia. And our pregnant women, so that only the active sector are the ones that are going to be paying for facilities. We have to encourage it. So we need to have mobile clinics for all our schools and all our markets. Mobile clinics is very, very important.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, sir. Maybe you can tell us where the money is going to come for all these things.
Well, my brother said, Dr. Larry said, he will fix the local government and the system can improve itself. It doesn't happen. The system will never improve itself. It has to be a lot of hard work that we have to put into it. And this administration, we have been in a real-life situation during COVID-19. When COVID-19 hit, people were all over the place. We should have isolation centers, use our stadium. We said no. Let us improve our healthcare facilities. And we used the opportunity to at least shorten the deficit in infrastructure within the health center. And what did we use? We use data, we use science, and we use logic to arrive at the situation during the COVID. And Oyo State came out very well. So I'm not talking about theory, whether I will do this, it is what this administration, what we have done. We have 351 wards in Oyo State, and we said that there must be a functional category 3 primary healthcare centers in each of the 351 wards. Out of the 351, at least about 250 of it we have been able to renovate. Now, Labour Party candidate said he will get grants from World Health Organization. Again, it doesn't happen that way. This is the first administration that got concessionary loan of 50 million euros at 0.009% to improve our healthcare facilities. Not even any state in Nigeria has it. And the work is ongoing at the Adeoyo State Hospital on the secondary level. Out of the 4 theaters in there, 1 is fully renovated right now.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Unfortunately, nobody spoke on mental health, and I think in previous sessions like this, we should have psychologists based in the different sectors to calm the people down. Thank you very much, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can you be on your seat, please? Can you please sit down?
full political president. Ẹjọ́ ìdílé tí ó yí parí ó sì ń gbà kan lórí ẹgbẹ́ bí àwọn ilẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tó wọ́n ní àǹfààní láti gbọ́ ìtí àfẹsọ̀ máa sọ.
Thank you very much. You see, when I was in part one, my professor of English asked me what is education. We thought education is attending schools and going to universities. He said education is acquisition of knowledge. That if you are born in Ibadan, you grow up in Ibadan, you never left Ibadan, you are not fully educated. It is when you go to other cultures, then you take some things out of those cultures, and that's certain things that will help you in your life. So I lived in Uganda for 7 years. I've been to so many countries in the world. I learned from them. Our people will just go to all countries without learning anything. Whatever good thing I learned in any country, I want to implement. I want to do.
What did you learn in the Gambia?
Part of the things I learned in the Gambia, for instance, is that the government there don't acquire their lands, their citizens' lands, and give it to foreigners at no cost, and just giving pittance in terms of what you call it, something to the owners of the land. So in our own case, in their own case, which is what I'm going to adopt, whenever we want to use land, we are not going to acquire it from the owners of the land. We are going to partner with the owners of the land, so that a certain percentage of the profits from the investment of that land goes to the owners of the land. And you don't just take their land and go from them like that.
You know, when you talk about the Gambia, I got scared. Was it during the Yaya Jammeh time?
This thing has nothing to do with the president. It has to do with their culture. It has to do with their system. Do you understand that?
Gambia is not an example of development.
No. There are certain things you have to learn from the Gambia. In Nigeria, you cannot stand here and ask a custom officer how much is the custom duty on a product. You can search, ask them from Nigeria here, ask them in Banjul, what is the custom duty on social product, and you will be told there is no corruption in their ports.
I was listening to the NNPP candidate. You want to establish more farm settlements. Have you visited the Jai farm settlement?
I am.
You have?
Yes.
Are you okay with what we have there?
It will not be long. That's why I say.
Are you okay with what we have there now?
What is there is not bad.
Are you thinking of fixing what is on ground before establishing a new one?
I will fix what is there and then I will establish what.
We are talking about more than 9 farm settlements already.
Every day population is increasing. So therefore, if you want everybody to be gainfully employed, you have to give them the opportunity. So, and that is why I say I will establish more farm settlements.
What did you see in the Giant farm settlement?
There are so many things here. So
tell the governor is by your side. What did you see?
My brother, he knows. I cannot remember what happened.
You can't remember?
I can't remember.
You know, there was one inside issue just now. When they mentioned the issue, everywhere got heated up. It simply tells you something. There is something about the parks. The parks are gold mine. And you can see, whenever you talk about the parks, PDP and APC go to war. Have you thought deeply why? You think it's just about auxiliary? Before auxiliary, there was Tokyo, there was Elewiomo, there was Tower. And it's the same story. Mr. Governor, how much do you make from the parks per month?
Well, because this is an open environment, and I swore to the good people of Oyo State that I may not be right all the time, I may not be perfect, but I will be honest with them all the time. Right now, the park management system through government is at least making about 60-70 million every month to the state government. Now, we're making huge investments, and in the years to come, under Omi Tuntun Apakeji, so the film told you to Apakeji, they will even make more. Our target is to realize between 200 to 500 million monthly from the park management system, and it will happen by God's will.
Senator Bolari, Oyo State is bigger than the 5 Southeast states, and we are making just 70 million per month from the parks. Do you think that is good enough?
I think we can get more. 70 million to me is too small. We can do better.
When you say we can do better, what are you thinking? Because I know you have lived in the UK, you see the quality of the parks there. You can imagine what a modern transport system would do to Ibadan. I was looking at your blueprint. I saw what you have in your blueprint. You are not speaking to that blueprint. A modern transport system, you promised that. What does it entail?
Well, a modern transport system starts with the vehicles being used. It will be done through PPP because the government does not have the sort of money to go out and start buying buses for people. We would create an atmosphere, a conducive atmosphere where the private sector would find it very easy to come in and invest.
She has spent more than 20 billion on the parks. Government has money. Government has money. Senator Polari, don't you think government has money?
I think it's misplaced priorities. That's my own opinion.
Well, it is good that Senator Polari is actually here today, because I was listening to him on radio once, and he said, look, I'll turn those modern bus terminals into maybe hospital or a library. The one at Iwo Road is actually right behind Bishop Phillips Academy, where I went to secondary school. And it's not the right location for a library, an hospital. But let me say this. We've all traveled all over the world. When you go to Amsterdam, it is an hub, a transportation hub. When you see the bags, they see buy and fly. In Oyo State, Ibadan grew of its nodality. Ibadan grew from being a nodal town to a big city. Everybody coming from the east, from Lagos, going to the north, going to other parts of southwest, you need to pass through Ibadan. And for us in Ibadan, having a transport infrastructure is one of the means by which we can expand our economy. When I said 70 million, when we came in, it was zero. NRTW was paid zero to the government coffers. For PMS, we are generating at least 70 million. It's a way to start. And we increased Oyo State IGR from 1.8, 1.9 billion that we met it 4 years ago to about 3.5 averagely, without raising taxes on the people of Oyo State.
I'll come back to you, Senator Bolari. Mr. Kimwale, can you intervene in this discourse? This issue of transportation. If I'm telling you that in Sheibak in this time, if you go to Songo, you can see about migrants parking on 3 lanes. In Sheibak in this time, if you go to Gates, you will see migrants taking about 70% of the lane. That is what we see. Yet the governor talks about modernizing the transport system. Can you tell him a story?
Thank you very much. Experience counts. Whenever you want to vote this time around, do not forget experience. It is none of the state's business. The business of the park, I repeat, is with the local government. I'm a local government man, and that's exactly why I will continue saying this. If you now say you have spent huge amount of money that is enough to cater for the welfare of the people of your state, that premise, you still have logjam that you just rightly mentioned. I want to also say this, that it is a misplaced priority.
What is a misplaced priority?
Exactly. Therefore, I will urge the people of Oyo State so that they will not have a government that will be borrowing perpetually for nothing tangible. That they should vote Labour Party. In me, I have experience at the local government, state and federal. I'm a seasoned public servant. I know what it takes.
Yes. Are you sure you will not labor in vain?
Oh, that's exactly why we are having this mess. We must labor before we can enjoy. We are all laborers. You are even a laborer too. I hope you are not going to labor in vain too.
Okay, Senator Bolari.
No, you see, when they came up with this concept, this art concept, it was not explained to anybody. Okay? Now, take the word in challenge, for instance. The word in challenge. The PMS, they still use the old filling station, the old Texaco station. They still use it. And then you're asking yourself the question, why all this, why spend all this money on this big, gigantic project when we can spend it on education? If you have all the money in the world, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you go into those parts, I haven't been there, but people who have been, it's quite different from the concept in Lagos. Very different.
You are talking about a government that is spending more than 20% on education. Annual budget.
20% on what?
Annual budget on education.
And what is the result?
The result, when this administration came in, we met 1.5 universities. Now we have 3 universities in Oyo State. We have LAGELU completely owned by a lottery. We have the first technical university, and we also have Emmanuel Alayede University of Education in Oyo. And now, at the secondary level, we have renovated close to 300 classrooms. We have built over 60 model schools. We have provided chairs and tables over 26,000 our tables. We made them books, and we started paying 3,000 education levy. We have taken 60,000 out of school children back into the classroom. That is the result.
Let me tell you something. If you continue to behave this way, we will use it. Note of that. Hello, Mr. Governor. Please talk to them. The governor has a lot to say, and you are distracting him. Okay? Mr. Lano. You know, when we were talking about local government autonomy, you said those who kick against local government autonomy, they don't read enough. Are you saying Shema does not read enough?
I'm not attacking a particular person. Now, let's go to statistics. As far back as 2011, I wrote a proposal for Governor Ajimobi on how, through the local government, the LURTW can generate 223 million naira per day in Oyo State. 223 million per day. So I'm shocked when they are talking about 60 to 70 million naira per month now. 23 million naira per day is about 230 million naira in 10 days.
You know, when I see the PMS boy, first thing I come back to
no wonder they are building mansions.
I look at their mind, Naira. So, Mr. Lano.
Yes.
We need to interrogate the tax system, intellectual rascals. You have political rascals. If you look at how our tax have been managed, and you look at the tax system around the world, you begin to ask, is it that the politicians are deliberately impoverishing some young boys, tie them down in the park, use them for reasons, and sometimes leave them despondent? I don't know if we will not accuse the governor of also being guilty of this. We cannot run away from it.
Now, let me conclude.
I will come to you, Mr. Governor. Why is it that Mr. Auxiliary is the best man to be the chairman of the parliament president?
If you have a candidate, please bring the candidate forward. Let me say this. You yourself, you mentioned how this thing has progressed. For us, if you are starting from ground zero, you need to, first of all, try to crawl, then you walk, then you start running. Where we're coming from, we were in a hole. Now we've stopped digging. We're out of the hole by God's grace. And very soon we will be crawling. At least some people are going into those terminals. There's a little bit of sanity. When you say that gate is still like this, or my brother saying, well, they are still using the whole station, the whole mobile station at Challenge. Look at how chaotic that place used to be before the junction improvement. Now bring some people in, but habitually, we created Scout Camp. It was created by Governor Ajimobi, and we put down the fence we encourage people to go in there. But when you have habits that you have to correct, you cannot do it with automatic alacrity. You have to allow people to get themselves out of such habits. And that is exactly what we're doing. That is what we're doing.
As auxiliary deliver.
Auxiliary is delivery. All of the people, all of the PMS people, you can see them, you mentioned, they are also building houses. They are sending their children to school. They are also, Jamansi. That is why, àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé NURTW àwọn tá a dé kúrò ń park kí wọ́n lọ jẹ́ àwọn auxiliary wọn ò àwọn auxiliary àgbo ewúrẹ́ wọn kò sọ pé òun bá àgùntàn ṣe àgùntàn ló sọ pé ìyá òun òbí dúdú tí wọ́n bá lọ kí wọ́n lọ jọ́ ìwọ̀n àwọn náà rí jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Thank you.
I think that PMS is a misplacement of priority for now. What we could have done first is to fix all our internal roads. There are some junctions that have been causing traffic in this environment. We should have created grades separated. For instance, like that challenge, if you are coming from Lagos and you are going to Malete, you don't need to waste time. They should have provided a bridge so that when you are coming, you just go straight. So that will have saved a lot of time. But the park that we have created, honestly, is underutilized and it's not the right time. We could have used that money for another thing. So I will not do it if I want.
Mr. Lado, I come back to you. Now there's an argument I want to put forward. All the candidates here, except the governor, is saying they will sign a bill on local government autonomy. The government is making the argument that in a federal setting, there are two tiers of government, the federal and the state or the region as the case may be. So you talk of reading. What led to the Akekoya riot? It was taxation without representation.
Yes, ma'am.
Pre-independence, the regions were in charge of the local government. It did not stop Awolowo from performing. Post-independence, the regions were still vibrant. They were in control of the local government. Don't you think we should have a rethink and see the argument the government is putting forward?
Look, if you look at even the presidential system in the US, they have states and counties. They still have counties.
They are not in the constitution.
You see, in our
not in the American constitution.
In our own constitution, we have local governments as a tier of government with separate allocation of funds, which we all know. Even Mr. Governor said when he was talking about these other entities created out of local governments, he said there are 777 local governments in Nigeria. So that they are governments, they are local governments, state governments. So we have a three-tier. You see, the constitution created what it wanted. And I referred you to the Constitutional Drafting Committee report of 1977. They gave reasons why there must be another tier of government that will be closer to the community, that will be closer to the people, to the grassroots. And it is this local government that are supposed, for instance, in UK, for instance, there is what we call justice of peace. They are supposed to be representatives of the point at their own locality. So even under the unitary system, they still have a system in which the grassroots can speak and get to the ear of the national government.
Mr. Lano, but we are actually general under Ladoja.
You said?
We were attorney general under Ladoja, right?
I was not attorney general.
When were you attorney general?
Under Akala, yes.
Okay, under Akala.
Yes.
Was there local government autonomy?
It was. There was.
There was local government autonomy.
There was local government autonomy. And
there was a joint local government account.
Yes. I can say it categorically.
Yes. The bill Akala was able to extract about 8 billion from all local governments.
You remember? Well, you see, he did that one after I left office. And contrary to my advice, what they did at that time was to, if you look at the charge, I've said the charge here, it was not Akala that directly spent that money. He got the local government chairman to sign the contract which he was in charge of. I was solicitor to some of the local government chairmen when they were arrested by the FCC. And I told them, when you get there, tell the truth. Because it was a uniform letter of award. Uniform letter of award. But it was not. It was criminal. But you can never find a document in which Akala signed that 8.something billion out of it was criminal. It was, of course, it was criminal. That's why he was charged.
Are you saying Governor Sheyi is also committing criminal offense?
And if he did it, that's it.
By doing what, really? You lost the argument. Let me say this. Local government autonomy that they're talking about is just about the federal allocation. That federal allocation is drying up. Oil is the main earner of forex to go into that federal allocation. This soon, a whole lot of people, a whole lot of countries, they are going to economy that is unrenewable. So oil will soon be a thing of the past. Coal used to be. Coal became a thing of the past. So for us, it is how to create wealth at the local government level. I'm not saying scrap the local government administration, no. I'm saying that, look, the constitutional issues that we have regarding local government is not allowing them to be a source of wealth for our people. Yes, it's the closest to the people, but what exactly are they doing? And we allow local government under this administration to spend their own money. And that is
can I say something? Money that I have to go, I don't know. Nígbà tí a bá lọ kó local government láti Abuja wá, ó yẹ kó ní ọ̀dọ̀ local government. Domain, autonomy of local government should remain. And it's only when people are working in local government that wealth can be created for the rural people. We have the local government chairman, we have the councillor. Why are we now putting them in when we know they will not perform? So we should, for me, they should stay. They should be doing their function as at when. And when you look at Constitution, Section 162 is clearly spelled that we have the federal, we have the state, and then we have the local government. So it is not yet repealed. So it's still subsisting. Therefore, local government autonomy should start with immediate effect now if our people will not be sustained. My dear brother, assuming you are a local government staff, you will not give out this kind of growth.
when we came in,
what's it called? Local government is mentioned in the Constitution. It is not autonomous because we still have ties with the state government. And I said it earlier on, it is a constitutional issue. Now, before we get to the Constitution being amended, the issue is what sort of local governments do we want to run? That is the issue here. And now we're saying the local government, we all agreed, is the closest to the people. Even
Nigeria did not make local government autonomous.
I just mentioned that.
Yes, you agree?
I agree, yes.
Then you cannot make them independent in any way. That is the reality.
So what do we must do?
Don't let there be a misconception. There is a misconception here. Yeah, there is a misconception here. The only thing that is not autonomous about local government is the fact that they don't make their own laws. That is all. It is because, yes, it is because they don't make their own laws. The state also has made laws for them, but not on their allocation
Because, like Magaji said, Section 162 says, any amount standing to the credit of the Federation account shall be distributed among the federal and state governments and local government councils. And they shall know what account. No, that's why you people have a just local government council account.
Who controls the account?
They should not.
Who controls it? No. Realistically, who
it is supposed to go to them.
Who controls it?
It goes through the accountant general and is distributed to them through the joint local government account system.
If you read further,
it is not. Because
money should be given to the state governor and be given to the local government.
The point is that it is an issue that should be
given to the
discussed.
state governor and be given to the state governors of the supposed to be a transmitter.
As we round up, there is an APC candidate by your side. His political party has thrown Nigerians into unbearable hardship. There is scarcity of naira. Do you think Fulani should be elected governor?
Oh, that is in the hands of God. I can't say that. To myself, I can't say. Everything is in the hands of God. Let me tell you before I go. You know, I was not involved in all these arguments.
We have staff there. They are constituting so many good things in the society. And that's exactly what explains why we don't have good roads in our local government. We don't have good roads in our local government. 1 minute, Edmond. Let me say this to you. The last governor, there are two governors I want to sign. I want to vote them now. Two governors. Governor Kola Koshola, he was chairman at the local government. What happened during his time? The local government was functioning. The local government was flourishing. And the local government is a destination that everybody wants to go to. What happened during Chibayo, Alaho, Akala? I was in the local government. It doesn't matter whether autonomy or no autonomy. It is all about feelings of the people of the grassroots.
Thank you.
You should be able to allow the grassroots to benefit the dividend of democracy. This is very paramount. On this note, I want to call on the good people of Oyo State to please let us immortalize Alawo Akola. He contested last as the governor of state under Labour Party. Let us vote Labour Party to control the government.
Senator Fulani, we are handing off. Scarcity of the naira, the hardship on Nigerians.
I think it's very unfair to blame the scarcity of naira on APC. The party at the forefront of the fight against this injustice is APC. The governors that went to court to challenge in Supreme Court is APC. The candidate of APC at the federal level, Ashwani Bola Tinubu, has made his position very clear on the issue. I have also made my position very clear on the issue. I mean, the central bank is supposed to be independent. So why are you blaming APC? No, it doesn't matter. When it comes to monetary policy, the whole idea of making the bank independent is so that there is no political interference.
I want to disagree with you, sir.
Okay, no,
I think I have not.
No time.
I want to disagree with you. Saying APC should be exonerated. APC, as a matter of fact, should not be considered for election.
All right.
Honestly, the way that we find ourselves in the last 8 years, Nigerians have that. Now, see what we are now going through. There is no fuel, there is no cash. A lot of people are suffering, and it's because of the bad administration of APC. Whether Tinubu agree or doesn't agree, that doesn't is APC and it's APC will know. Therefore, APC should not be returned to government.
just a continuation of the suffering we started in 2019. It's a continuation of our suffering. And by God's grace, we are about to land in the right place. So the APC cannot exonerate themselves. And no member, not even Tinubu, not any government can exonerate himself from the hardship we are facing. But again, let us look at the reason why the APC governors went to court. Did they go to court because of the citizens? Yeah, did they go to court because of the citizens or because they want to spend money for the election? They want to vote back. That's the only reason. If they had gone to court to fight for us, it would have been a different thing. They didn't go to court to fight for us. They only went to court so that they can be allowed to buy votes.
Mr. Governor, there is tension around the country with regard to this scarcity of the naira. You want to talk to the people directly.
Well, I've spoken to the people. I told them that violence will solve our problem. What will solve our problem is that on this Saturday, they have their PVCs. They should go to their polling units and elect leaders that will be ready to put the people of Nigeria first. And let me also use this opportunity to say this. In 2015, at this same venue, Senator Falari was in front of a PDP logo. Me, I was in front of a PDP logo. So, political parties will come and go. Please, don't kill yourself because of any politician. Not because of me, or Senator Falari, or anyone about that. Political parties will come and go, but state and country will remain. Thank you.
I think your party shots, and I are coming on party shots. What's your message?
On that
argument.
I'm not hacking.
You have 30 seconds.
I always go straight to the point.
You have 30 seconds.
The fact that I said AP should not be considered for an election does not mean we should also consider a party that his hand is full of blood.
What party is that?
That's exactly the party everybody detests in the state now. The lives of people is nothing to them.
Yeah.
So on this note, I want to urge the people of Oyo State to go to mosques, to go to churches, and God should choose for us a leader that will be merciful.
You are not even campaigning for Peter Obi.
Yes.
You are not even saying anything about him.
Yes, we are campaigning for him. I was with him yesterday in the
What do you want us to do?
Of course, the next hope for Nigeria, Senator Peter Obi, let us go to Labour.
Thank you. Your party short, Senator Falari.
Thank you. I want to thank you for what Mr. Governor said, that the people should vote for candidates on Saturday, candidates that mean well for this country. And if there's any candidate that means well for this country, it's Ashwaju.
Thank you. Your party short.
Nigerians have tasted APC, we have tasted PDP, and we can see that they don't have to look at our problem. And that is why we are having a new Nigeria. So NFPP is the party that is going to rescue this country from the best part of them. And you can see that I'm at the center of the two of them. So how we got from them? How can we got from them? Join NFPP. So I'm appealing to you on Saturday. Vote Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso as our next president.
SDP.
Vote for people of character with no moral burden on them. Vote people that are cash-rooted, people with clean records, and people of integrity. That is all.
I'm wondering if Mr. Governor, I'm wondering who you would tell them to vote for. I'm wondering, I'm just thinking, who will they vote for? The senatorial candidates. Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Well, people should vote for our senators. They should vote for our House of Reps. And for presidential candidates, they should vote for the unity of Nigeria.